What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the T Drop, the only wrestling breakdown show where we don't just call out the spots, we call out the chaos and with no soft behavior energy. And today we are talking about a move that completely changes the future of TNA. Because TNA Wrestling is officially leaving AXS. I know, I don't know the channel either. And they're moving to AMC. Yes, that's right. AMC. Let's break down exactly what that deal means, how WWE helped make it happen, and why 2026 might be the most important year yet for TNA. TNA Wrestling officially announced a multi-year television deal with AMC. As reported by TNA on their website and by Takedown, they have confirmed details that starting January 15 of 2026, Impact will air every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern live on AMC. And the first episode on the new network will broadcast live from Curtis Colwell Center in Garland, Texas. No soft rollout, no testing period, no trial balloon. This is a live primetime cable television on day one. Carlos Silva makes it official. TNA President Carlos Silva released this official statement. TNA Wrestling heads in 2026 heads into 2020. TNA Wrestling heads into 2026 the hottest has ever been. We cannot wait to expand the TNA audience with our new partner AMC. Translation: TNA is no longer positioning itself as a nice brand. They are openly chasing mainstream presence again. Why leaving AXS really matters. Since 2019, TNA has aired on AXSTV, which is owned by their parent company, Anthem Sports and Entertainment. That creates one major limitation. TNA was not licensing its content externally. That affects revenue growth, ad value, network reach, and sponsorship credibility. AXS reach out about 30 million homes. AMC reaches close to double that. This is the first time in years that TNA weekly show will be exposed to a more national entertaining audience through AMC. If you guys don't know, TNA was founded back in 2002 by Jeff Jarrett. They're maintained continuous television since 2004 across Fox Sports Net, Spike TV, Destination America, Pop TV, Pursuit, and most recently AXS TV. But let's be honest, the last time TNA felt like a national force was on the Spike TV era. This AMC deal is the first time since then that TNA feels structurally positioned for real growth again. TNA used to be, back then at the Spike TV era, a clear number 2 company. Then AEW launched, AEW passed them, and TNA's national relevance dipped. But it did dip before even AEW came about. But that changed recently in 2024 and 2025 with the WWE partnership. After the official multi-year agreement with WWE, we saw regular NXT crossover, TNA stars appearing under WWE branding, and then WWE talent crossing onto TNA platform, which created intrigue between both company fans and allowing viewers to cross over each other. And we from that we got major moments like Joe Henry showing up at WrestleMania this year as Randy Orton's opponent, the rise of Joe Henry even before that becoming a popular thing, Matt Cardona and Nick Nemeth in the most recent Last Time It's Now tournament. Like it or not, the WWE Association rehabilitated TNA's image to the wider wrestling audience, and that credibility helped AMC take the risk. But even before that, let's not forget, TNA was under the brand Impact Wrestling. They just called them Impact Wrestling. They rebranded themselves back to TNA, and they rebranded the titles. They went back to the original image, which a lot of fans were happy about. They gave back faith to TNA, and That also helped, and that also gathered the eye of WWE wanting to work with them too. Throughout 2025, TNA has been actively shopping its American media rights. So right now, when it comes to this deal, it's reported that it's about $7 to $10 million per year deal. Other interested networks that included A&E for this deal, the CW, which are both WWE friendly channels because some of their content is there as well. But AMC stood out because they have a larger entertainment footprint besides those two. No previous wrestling programming, which is true. And they have prestige, drama, brand reputation, which, if you guys don't know, that's part of wrestling too. Drama, reputation. This was not just another wrestling network pickup. This was AMC entering pro wrestling for the very first time in the channel's history. AMC is best known for, if you guys don't know about AMC is best known for Breaking Bad, Mad Men, The Walking Dead, not pile driver and ladder matches. But here's the business overlap. AMC Network connects back to the Dolan family, who controls other major things such as the Madison Square Garden venue, the New York Knicks, and the New York Rangers. Meanwhile, WWE is running Madison Square Garden, has NXT tapings there, and will air John Cena's final Raw in that, which they aired John Cena's final Raw in that building. So while AMC doesn't have a wrestling history, the ownership world is deeply tied into sports, and its ownership is deeply tied into the sports entertainment business. So their work with AMC can help them open doors to bigger venues, bigger events. A lot of potential options for them in the coming years. Now, when it comes to TNA Wrestling's roster and overall structure, its roster and structure has been stronger than it's been for a very long time. TNA is officially, as I said before, they're under the TNA banner. No more identity confusion, no more branding limbo, and their working relationship with WWE NXT is still very much alive. So even after this deal, it is said that TNA and WWE are still going to work together. To what extent, I don't know. We're still seeing crossover talent, crossover matches, even championships changing hands outside the company. That partnership hasn't slowed down at all. And now let's talk about the roster. You've got talents like Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy still join us in the TNA tag division. We have veterans like Frankie Kazarian holding the world championship, who won it against Santana, and a brand new generation stepping into spotlight, especially in the X division. In the X division, Leon Slater is just 21 years old and already is already the youngest champion in company history. So he is a person to watch in this company in the years to come. In the knockout division, Li Yang Li made history as the first Chinese knockouts champion, adding real international momentum and media appeal. If you don't know who Li Yang Li is, she is Xia Li. She's former WWE talent, Xia Li. This is not nostalgia only roster anymore. This is a hybrid of legends, veterans, and future main eventers. The end of 2025 wraps up with Final Revolution in El Paso, Texas for TNA. But make no mistake, the true TNA relaunch begins January 15 on AMC. Plans will include multi-city touring, multi-night tapings, and a full national expansion strategy. TNA has not been this aggressive since the Spike TV growth era. They are clearly positioning themselves to be a weekly national presence again in 2026. But now let's be real. This move also creates pressure, as it always does when you get a TV deal. Here are three big questions that will define the AMC era. One, can TNA keep a weekly audience invested on a major network? This isn't just AXS anymore. AMC viewers are brutal with tune-out. Will the NXT partnership stay smooth under AMC contracts? Once big money enters the picture, cross-promotional politics get complicated. So hopefully we'll see a smooth transition, but we will see. Can TNA balance veterans, next-gen stars, the X division, and the knockouts without overloading the show? Strong roster, but crowded division. Planning planning can kill the momentum fast on these shows, as you can see in some of the shows that we watch elsewhere. These factors decide whether this becomes a legendary comeback era for TNA or another short-lived reboot attempt. But we will see. This AMC deal didn't happen by accident, and happened because WWE opened the national door. Carlos Silva sold the brand aggressively these past 2 years, and AMC saw an audience nobody else was feeding. Now the safety net is gone. TNA's fully back on cable, fully back in the spotlight, and fully back under pressure. So now I ask you, is AMC the right home for TNA? Does WWE's partnership guarantee long-term success? Or is this just another reset that burns bright and fades fast? Bring me your thoughts in the comments.